Dude,
come on.
She's pretty, bro.
Bro, come on.
Some of the best memories I have with my family, and when I say family, I mean like cousins, grandparents, is when like we were praying to Jesus, like as a group of like 15 people, like all holding hands. Hey, we back, baby.
What's good?
First podcast in Thailand. Kurt, glad to finally have you on camera on the podcast, bro. You've helped with every single episode. I think it's episode 7. You've helped with every single one. A lot of work behind the scenes goes into podcasting, which we honestly didn't realize when we started, did we?
Oh, we had no idea. We had no clue.
Bro, thank you for all your help, bro. It's been fun working with you, bro, on our podcast.
It's been a blast.
Our YouTube videos, bro. We put the majority of our effort goes into our YouTube videos, so if y'all have not seen that, you're missing out for sure.
Yeah, those are the hardest to make for sure.
Yeah.
I've edited both podcasts and YouTube videos, and YouTube videos take 100 times longer.
Yep. Now we
so
got
hard.
Dewada. We have a virtual assistant, although now she just feels like a friend.
Yeah, she's honestly great.
Oh, a virtual assistant from the Philippines who helps us out. She edits a lot of stuff, so she's editing the podcast right now. But yeah, glad to have you on here, bro.
Thank you for having me, bro.
Tell me about your girlfriend. Your new girlfriend.
About that.
I'm making up BS. Bro,
no girlfriend yet.
Yeah, no,
no Thailand shotties.
No Thailand shotties. Do you think the Thai girls are hot?
No, not really. Dude, look.
There's some, bro.
We've met a lot of foreigners here that are very pretty. But none of the Thailand girls.
Dude, that girl that Arnold was talking to.
Dude,
she's pretty, bro.
Bro, come on.
Bro, she's pretty.
She's mid.
I think she's pretty.
Dude, okay, this man has horrible taste, though. No offense to all your past girlfriends. Like, I love them, but since we've been here, at least, your taste has been awful.
Since we've been here?
Yeah. Just in Thailand in general, not in Copenhagen.
My taste, I haven't barely even talked to any girls.
All right, buddy. So do we need to talk about Bangkok?
Yeah, we met some girls in Bangkok when we went out. They were from Israel.
Yeah, when we were trying to film the Ladyboy video.
Yeah, the video that got taken down. The Matrix attacked us.
The Matrix, yeah, it did attack.
Okay, bro, I figured we always have deep talks about God, bro, and I thought it'd be fun to talk about our upbringing of God and what we believe about God. What was your upbringing? Religious. What was your upbringing like religiously?
Well, honestly, dude, so my family's Mexican. But as we were growing up, I didn't really go to church at all. Like,
are they Christian?
They're Catholic, so we're Catholic. My family's Catholic. But
Wait, do you believe in God?
Well, hold on. Like, let me explain the backstory. Jeez. But so my family's Catholic, and growing up, I didn't really ever go to church unless it was like Easter or Christmas. And then, but my mom was very religious. But even then, she would only watch like sermons on TV. And as I was growing up, when I actually went to the Woodlands, is when I met you in football, and you guys introduced me to the Woodlands Church, and I got really heavily invested in it.
Yeah.
You guys are the one that, like you, Austin Smith, these people. Growing up, you guys introduced me to the Woodlands Church. That was a great church to go to. It was I made a lot of good friends there. The pastors were awesome.
Dude, the pastors there are so sick, bro.
Yeah, they're sick. I mean, they're like
so inviting.
Yeah, they really are.
They're actual like homies.
And I made good friends with everybody there, and I loved the vibe they gave off and everything. And I would go to the Bible studies. I would go to the sermons sometimes on Sundays. But especially Beach Week, bro. Beach Week,
bro.
That was
that
was amazing.
Dude,
I still consider that one of the best like weeks of my life.
Bro, 100%.
Like, and this was junior year of high school, and I loved it. Like, again, it was one of the best weeks of my life. I don't think I've had as much fun as I had that one week with all of our friends there together. It was amazing.
It's so wholesome too.
Yeah.
There's something about having fun with like not being on your phone fun. Like just
being
like,
around people.
Just like doing stuff, bro.
Yeah. It was awesome. But sometime during senior year, again, my family would not take me to church. This was, this was during junior year. My family never went to church. These guys were the ones that introduced me to the church, really.
Did you get baptized?
No.
Oh.
I never got baptized. I got circumcised, but not baptized.
That's a clip.
I never got baptized. But, no, and...
How can we confirm that?
I mean, shit. Well, no, I'm joking. But I did get circumcised. But during senior year is kind of when I started to fall. I had a lot of questions about the religion. I would start reading the Bible, and I had a really good friend of mine that got really deep into it. And I just feel like...
Wait, do you believe it now? I'm confused. Have you ever believed in Christianity or not?
So back when I was going to the Woodlands Church, I definitely believed in God, and I would pray and everything. I think what happened to me is that I never felt a connection. I never felt a connection. I never felt like I was speaking to God or God was ever speaking to me. I like just never had a relationship with him or with God or Jesus. I would hear the stories, and it's all the stories, especially the Old Testament, just sound like just parables, just stories. Like that's what they are. It's just stories, like metaphors, similes. Oh shit.
Oh, it's butterfly.
But and it just kind of led me to, okay, what else is there? And it kind of led me to scour out to different religions. But again, none of them. I never felt. I think with me and religion, it's just I never had a connection.
So what do you identify as now?
Well, I think
if you just met a person, like not me, because we talk about this probably every day. But if you just met someone at dinner, or maybe you went on a date, you're on a first date, and she says, are you religious? Are you religious, Kurt? Like, what would you say to that?
I believe...
She goes, I'm Christian. What are you?
That's not a big deal if you're Christian. I'm agnostic. I believe that there's something. I just don't believe that there's a Christian God or a Muslim God or a Sikh God or a Buddhist God.
So wait, would you believe that like a Christian worshiping Jesus or God, and then a Muslim worshiping God? Well, okay, let's pick a Buddhist. A Buddhist and a Christian worshiping, a deity, let's say. Do you think they're worshiping the same deity? Like, do you think they're both worshiping a deity? Or do you think...
No, in their heads, it's completely different. I mean, you wouldn't go up to a Christian and they are praying to the same God. But I feel like if you went up to an average Texas Christian and an average Iraqi Muslim, they would say they believe in two different gods. In my opinion, that's why.
Even though the word Allah
is God,
is literally the translation, or not translation. It literally means God in Arabic, right?
Yeah,
but I think it's just like saying God.
I think it's also crazy that a lot of Christians, and especially in Texas that I've actually met, believe that Muslims are like, dude, a lot of them think that they're actually just terrorists. Like, oh my God, they're Muslims.
Bro, I know.
It's crazy.
No, not even just people in the U.S., bro. I was talking to a few people today, and they were like, we started talking about Islam, and then they immediately brought up like killing and terrorists, and I'm like, bro, like, I think 99.9% of Muslims like despise how that's connected to their religion. It's pretty sad.
Yeah, that would be awful.
That'd be sad. Like, imagine if a radical Christian group, which has happened. I mean, radical.
Look at the 1600s, bro. Christians. They were killing everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, oh, you didn't believe in God, or oh, you were trying to delve into sciences. Oh, you're dead. But again, this is something that I've talked to myself, and this is something that actually led me to not believe in Christianity or not be a Christian, is how do we know that what Christianity is today, because what Christianity is today and what Christianity was 400, 500 years ago is 300, 200 years ago is very different.
But the Bible's the same.
The Bible's the same, but how Christians interpret it and how they live their daily lives are completely different. So who's to say that how Christianity is being done today and how Christianity was done 200, 300, 400 years ago, how do we know which one is, in quotations, correct?
I guess you can only go off the Bible.
Right, but I mean, you don't know if you're even doing, like, for example, you could argue that the Christians 400 years ago with the what happened in Spain. I forget what it was called. The Spanish Inquisition, I think.
Oh.
The Spanish Inquisition. How do you know that wasn't the correct thing to do as a Christian?
Oh,
Whereas they murdered a lot of people.
Oh, like when they went over to the Americas and conquered? Is that what you're talking about? Like Spain?
Yeah.
Like Columbus type stuff?
The Spanish Inquisition happened...
That's when, like, they left Spain and Portugal and, like...
Not to the Americas, though. That was, like...
Well, I know they conquered, like, South America. That's why they speak Spanish.
No, I know. But the Spanish
Mexico.
Inquisition, I believe, was around Europe. I don't think it was around the Americas.
Oh.
If I believe. I could be 100% wrong on that. That's what I gathered from it. And they were just basically just... They would find people that were not Christians, and they would be like, "Oh, you're not a Christian? All right, bye," and they would kill them. So who's to say that that's not correct? That's not the correct way of doing Christianity.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
it's so interesting. Like, religion is so, when you really look into it, religion is like, back then, like, religion was the same thing as government. Like, government was religion. Religion was government.
Yeah, the highest people in power were the priests.
Yeah. Separation of church and state.
Which, do you know that in America there's a lot of people that believe that, oh, we have a friend.
Hey. Say it again.
We have a buddy. There's a lot of people...
Keep going. It's funny.
Okay. There's a lot of people in the U.S. that believe that we should still have a church and state. Like, they should be...
they should still be connected?
Yeah.
Dude, nah. I like Christianity, so I haven't really said my take yet, but I definitely don't think any religion should not be connected with the government.
No, I agree. And I also don't think that nobody should force rules on other people.
Because who would want,
or their
if you're a
beliefs on other
Christian,
people.
like, would you want a Muslim government? Like, imagine that.
Yeah, hijabs everywhere. Not saying that that's wrong or right, but it's just their culture.
Yeah.
But... yeah,
God is so interesting, bro. So you do believe in God?
Yeah, I believe there's a creator, but I also believe that there's a chance that we're just in a snow globe and in a alien's bedroom.
Which would mean that alien is God.
Yeah, which would mean that he's God. But do I believe that alien is controlling us? No. Or that creator is controlling us? No.
Hey, you ever heard of beast mode? Well, guess what? We're going monk mode, baby. This is our clothing line that we just dropped. This is a seasonal drop. This is limited time. Go check it out. We got white, black, maroon, beautiful colors. This represents becoming the best version of yourself, eliminating fear, and going monk mode, bro. Change your mind, change your life. That's what I learned from these monks. Let's go, baby. Let's go monk mode. What do you see good in Christianity?
In all religions, I think a very good upside to religion in general is hope.
Yeah.
I think that's one thing for all religions that I think that's a very beneficial thing to have.
Yeah.
Because atheists, I mean, they don't believe in anything, but I kind of like the way they live too. It's like, dude, I have one life. This is it. Might as well live it to my fullest. A lot of atheists like believe that, and they go out and they do all sorts of things. Not saying that. Yeah, I also heard, I mean, this was another thing that made me want to leave Christianity was like atheists. The best person I know in the world, like, who is undoubtedly the most selfless person I know is my uncle. He's an atheist. But Christianity says that he's going to go to hell because he doesn't believe in God. And that doesn't sit right with me because he's the best person I know. He's the best person I know, and I know a lot of Christians. So, you know, just because he doesn't believe in God, he's not going to go to heaven. That makes no sense to me. Like, I think an afterlife is... Like, I think there's an afterlife. I do believe in an afterlife, but I think it's based on your morals and how you acted as a person on Earth.
But morals can change from person to person.
No, I know, but
so like, what's the moral code?
I think
which is the point of religion, is like a moral code in a way.
Yeah, but no, I agree. I agree that religion does have a moral code, but I
have a question. Okay, here, sorry, go ahead.
No, but like, for example, in the Bible, it doesn't say not to litter. We just know, okay, like, dude, littering is bad for the planet.
Yeah.
Like, don't trash the planet, bro. Like, if you trash the planet, that kind of makes you a crappy person.
But I'm sure you could find a verse that would suggest, like, to take care of the world. Take care of, like, love everything.
But I think it's I think it's such a basic thing. It's like, do not kill the other person in front of you. Yeah, I mean, of course. Do not steal. Yeah, of course. Don't do that. I think religion didn't come up with these or these ideas.
But Jesus' ideas of like peacefully protesting were radically different, which is why he had so much backlash and why he ended up getting killed. Bro, Jesus was so like, I feel like people don't really sit there and think about Jesus's life. Jesus was against, at the time, he was completely counter to the religion, which was
the
Judaism.
Church, he was completely against the church.
Not completely, but like, I don't really get it, because like I know like in the Bible there's stories of Jesus as a kid, like his parents lost him and he was like in the temple, like talking to the priests and stuff. And his parents were like, "Where were you?" And he's like, "Oh, you should have known I was in my father's house." But then when he started his ministry at like 30, I think he did his ministry from 30 to 33. Like that was the whole Jesus time of him like going to towns and preaching, and then led up to his death. I mean, we always talk about this. He was completely roasting the priest at the time.
Yeah, he
saying
would just
like
call BS.
He would be like, "Y'all are such hypocrites." Yeah, he was calling BS.
Yeah.
Which is why he got killed. He called BS on the most powerful people.
He was like, "What y'all are teaching is not correct."
Yeah.
Like, oh, this is what that church is doing, and they say that that's God's word. No, that's not BS.
Yeah. Which is kind of interesting, because if you nowadays like consider, like I consider myself a Christian, there's things that I definitely view differently, and people would immediately be like, "Well, my pastor hasn't told me that." But then like you're like, well, just because like people at your church don't believe this to be true doesn't mean it's not true. I mean, literally Jesus was preaching essentially against the whole church, which I'm not preaching against the church. I'm just saying, like, to have some different views wouldn't be that crazy. Like, I think if you were talking to Jesus right now and you explain to him your opinions and how some of them differ from what is like, you know, standard in Christianity right now, that wouldn't be a shock to Jesus, because he was completely counter to the church when he was alive.
Yeah. Dude, that's so true. Oh, bro, okay. What would you ask Jesus about, like, what's a question you would ask Jesus about morals?
Oh,
like, just one question.
Dude, even just starting that question, like, what would you ask Jesus? I'd be so excited. Bro. Like
a question you would ask Jesus about one, like for me, for example.
It has to be about morals?
Like, for example, I wouldn't want to, I'm not going to say what's one question you would ask Jesus, because you would be like, is heaven real? Like, I feel like a lot of people would answer that, or would ask that. For me, I think, and I'm going to go into a little bit of context here, but the whole thing about...
Got 12 minutes left, by the way.
The whole thing about, like, girls getting around.
Oh, how it's bad? According to Christianity?
How it's bad according to Christianity. What would Jesus say? Because, I mean, look at the 12 disciples, who they were. So...
What do you mean?
Like, Jesus was known for going up, like, you know, in quotations, you know, the worst people in society and bringing them with him.
Yeah. Like the tax collectors and sitting with the prostitutes who were absolutely despised at the time.
Yeah. So again, I think that's what I'm saying. So he would go up to prostitutes. Now
he was eating with them, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think he would say? And this is a question for you. What do you think he would say about, for example, let's say a girl has, you know, she slept around, she has like, let's say 12 bodies and she's 20. All right. What do you think Jesus would say about her? Do you think that he would say, oh, this doesn't really affect her as a person? Like, do you think that that's what he would say? Or do you think he would say something like, oh, that's not good?
Well, I think if Jesus, like, again, we're guessing.
Yeah, we're guessing. We have no idea what he would say.
Well, I think Jesus would be much different. I don't think he'd be quick to like point out a mistake. I think he'd be very quick to love. Like, I don't even think he would address anything, first of all, besides like positive.
Yeah.
Like I mean, but are you saying like if he got asked, if he was questioned?
I mean, that's what I would low-key ask him, because I feel like that's such a problem in today's day and age, where men are looking at women as valueless or less valuable because they've gotten around when I don't think that's the case at all. I'm not saying I'm a cuck. I'm not a cuck, all right?
What does that mean?
Like where I would let someone sleep with my girlfriend.
Oh.
No, I'm not like that.
Like Adam 22?
Yeah. Or like that I would get with someone who has an OnlyFans. Like I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is that I think we're very quick to judge people based on their sexual history. And I don't think that's right. I don't think we could go around and be like, oh my God, that girl slept with, even if it's 50 people. Like, dude, if you didn't know she had slept with 50 people and you were dating this girl for 2 years and then she told you that, would you break up with her? And she was like the best person you knew. Like, I would not. I wouldn't. Like, I wouldn't break up with her. I'd be like, bro, that doesn't matter to me. Especially if I didn't know and it had been 2 years and then I found out, I'd be like, bro, who cares? Like, dude, that's in your past. I'm just not quick to judge people on their past. Especially not like that. Not their sexual past. I don't give a... Dude, are you kidding? I don't care.
So what if they've slept with 50 people?
I mean, if I had been if I found out as I was... Like, if we were in a talking stage and I found out she had slept with 50 people, I'd be like...
So you do care. You just said you don't care.
But if I had found out after, like, even 6 months of dating her that she did that, I'd be like, you know, it is what it is. Like, I'm still gonna date you.
But you would care if it was at the beginning, so then you could change and not be with her?
I think it would dictate, like, I would have a lot of questions, obviously, but I don't think it would automatically mean that I wouldn't date her.
But you already seem like you don't like it. Like, it seems like... My argument is that there's a instinct in men that does not like if their girl has been given over to other guys.
But I do
and it
think
seems like you agree with that.
I think there's a double standard there that
Dude, it is a double standard, but again, my opinion is changing on this probably every year. There is a double standard, but does the double standard make sense in terms of thinking about nature? Like men literally like literally how babies are made is like the guy goes into the girl.
Yeah.
The male, like, it's like a socket. Like, literally, that's why plugs are called male and female. The female is receiving. The male is going after, not only in the actual making a baby, but it's how it works too with going after girls. Like, the guys chase the girls. The guys...
No, I know, but you could see the most beautiful woman in the world and you'd be like, oh my gosh, I want to be with her. And then you find out, oh my God, she slept with 12 people. Now I don't want to be with her. It makes no sense to me. Like, to me, I'd be like, bro, it's like person. Like, with a personality, with, you know, you don't know if she has good humor, bad humor. I mean, automatically what you're judging her on is just how many people she slept with, which I don't think is right.
Yeah.
I don't think that's correct. And I think Jesus would... I mean, as much as I believe in Jesus, I think Jesus was a real person, and I look up to him for what he did. But... I don't believe he's God or anything. I think he was just a dude that was highly influential and just a chiller. I think he was awesome, but I don't think he was God.
But he did say...
But I think he would agree that, dude, you don't judge people just based on their sexual hit. That makes no sense. Like, how are you going to judge a person you don't even know based on that? It makes no sense to me when you haven't even talked to them.
But it does make sense to you. You just said that if you found out that a girl slept with 50 people and you started dating, you would care. Like, you would...
I would ask questions, but it's not like I would
care.
But it's not like I wouldn't go up to her and start a conversation with her just because of that. When I know there's plenty of guys that would, they'd be like, oh my God, okay, never mind. That wouldn't stop me from going up and having a conversation with the girl and, talking to her and getting to know her, getting to know what she's like. And if I like her, then I like her. But I'd be like, well... And then if I did end up liking her, I would probably ask questions about it. Be like, okay, what happened in your... Because I think a lot of it has to do with trauma or, something that's happened in their past that led them to be like that. Daddy issues, mommy issues, this and that.
So you don't think the double standard makes sense?
No.
Like, the double standard and what we mean... We've had conversations about this, so we know what we're talking about. But how, like, it's essentially pretty much in society... In general, men are, like, the more girls they get is kind of like a trophy. Doesn't even have to be, like, literal sex. It can literally just be, like kissing, like the guys flex that. Like guys flex that to their other guys. But okay, here's an interesting point. If a girl wants to roast another girl, it really hit their soul and make fun of them. Mm-hmm. What do? They call them a whore, like a hoe.
Or a prude. They also call them prudes, which means you don't sleep with anybody. Like, you don't get with anybody. What are you doing? Like, oh, you don't put out, you're a prude. Like, there's definitely insults like that. There's really a girl we know that she told us that that's happened to her.
Yeah. But I feel that girls intuitively feel that getting around with a lot of guys, they don't feel good about it. That's why they...
I don't know, dude. There's a lot of girls that they embrace it.
Dude, but I'm saying, like, if
the average Christian girl, of course not. But dude, I think the average woman, bro,
But I'm thinking about it at school, like the girls who were known to just get around with pretty much anyone. Like, even if you told guys, if they were talking like, oh yeah, I got with this girl, and like everybody knows like, oh, this girl has gotten with a bunch of guys, like people would be like,
but why would we never roast?
People would be like,
why would we never roast? I mean, I guess we would roast the dude that got with the girl.
No, but they kind of do.
Yeah.
Like, bruh.
True. But again, like, bro, I feel like if you were to hypothetically get with a girl and then later you found out that she had, done it with 50 dudes, I feel like you would be like, well, it happened. Like, I feel like you wouldn't think much of it.
I would.
Really? Why?
Well, it also depends on the attitude of the girl. Are they saying, like, in the past I was different and this is how I lived? Or are they saying, this is, like, I'm glad I did that?
Well, I mean,
I think it would just make me feel kind of gross, bro. Just knowing that, like, my girl has been given around to 50 other guys. I mean, I think that's the whole point of, like, a virginity of a girl is, like, they save it.
I think
traditionally they save it for a man to impregnate them.
I think we personify it too much, bro. I think we make it way too deep. Like, dude, it's just being with another person, sharing something intimate with another person, and I think we give it way too much value and we personify it way too much.
Do you know? I wonder what we would think if we traveled in the Middle East
we asked them this question.
Yeah, well, dude, you can't even, and I know.
Oh, and your monastery.
Only have like 4 more minutes
right now because he's a monk. That's why he's bald. But
not a monk, but I want to be a monk.
He's a novice.
That'd be dope.
But he's there's no kissing allowed. You can't even take off your shirt. So I can't even imagine what like Islam countries are like.
I mean, I know that who were we talking? I was having a conversation the other day with people that like in Islam you can't if you even look at someone's girl, like if you just look at them in the eyes, that's considered that? No, but that's like definitely enough to offend. If a girl is married and they're Muslim, if a girl, okay, this is how, sorry, was talking with someone and he was saying how he has a friend who's Muslim, and if he's with his girl or girlfriends even, and you come up and greet them, it's like the guys greet. And they say, like, the girls, like, if you walked up and, like, gave the girl a hug, like, the guy would probably know, he'd probably be aware that this person is American and they're Western, they don't understand it. So they would understand it. But if you did that like, if you were also Arab and did that, or, I'm not Arab, if you were also Muslim and did that, it would be, like, a huge deal. Like,
oh, bro, I also
like, a huge disrespect. Like, you're not even supposed to look at the eyes of this is what somebody told me, so I'm assuming this is true.
Also, dude, I think a lot of times, like, do you understand at all when...
A few more minutes.
Yeah, that's fine. Do you understand at all when, like, a guy... Like, dude, I knew so many couples in high school, and even nowadays, where the girl's absolutely controlled by the dude. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, he doesn't let his girlfriends have a guy best friend or dress the way she wants to dress when she goes out. Or this and that. I'm like, bro, okay, listen. And this is a hot take, all right? Why wouldn't you let your girlfriend do any of this if you trust her and she's your girlfriend, right? Because if she's gonna cheat on you, if that's what you're so scared about, that's that she's gonna cheat on you or that other guys are gonna come on to her, bro, dude, if she's gonna cheat on you, she's gonna cheat on you. If she's not, she's not. Let her do whatever she wants. Because there's guys that control people, bro. It's crazy how many guys just control their girlfriends and like manipulate them and literally.
Well, the girls can break up with them at any point.
No, I know, but they don't.
Some guys
they don't.
Okay, but some guys are also mentally, especially younger. I mean, actually, I think in a relationship, most of the time, people are controlling each other. Men are controlled too. But like, I think it's both.
I think it definitely goes both ways. But I think you see it more with men and their girlfriends than you do with girlfriends and their man. You definitely see it more. Like they're gonna be like.
Does the guy have a right to say that though?
To say what?
To say things like you can't wear that. I don't think you should wear that.
Well,
I don't think you should post.
You would ask Andrew Tate, and he'd be like, "Yeah, you can't."
But he makes good points. He literally is saying like, this is what like even marriage is like. The dad in marriage walks down the aisle and gives over his daughter to the new man. Okay. So it's almost like literally giving over the woman to the man.
Okay.
So does he?
That's a traditional thing, bro. It's supposed to be symbolic. But I don't think it's meant to be
symbolic
taken
for what?
Like literal. It's not supposed to be taken literally. But
symbolic for what?
The woman is now the man's property because that's how it was.
No, I'm not saying property.
No, but I mean, like this is now.
But do you think?
What is it?
Okay, when you have a family, do you? Well, I guess I don't know if you want to have kids, but okay, when you have a wife, are you gonna be viewing?
Oh, I'm gonna let her do whatever the fuck she wants.
But are you gonna be viewing yourself as the head of the house? Like, who makes the ultimate decision on? I want to move. Let's move to North Carolina.
No, it would have to be a team thing.
Well, what if? Like.
And if it didn't work out, then it wouldn't work out. And I'd be like, okay,
but who's the? There has to be like a.
I want to do this.
Okay, what if you have kids?
Then we're not gonna work out.
What if you have kids? Like, who's the ultimate? Because like I feel like there has to be like a leader of the house.
I don't think so. I don't believe that there has to be a leader of the house. I think if you work it correctly and you're a team about everything, especially financials. Holy shit, the amount of people that break up or get divorced over financials is like astounding. I feel like, bro, if you have great communications about financials, you'd be chilling with your spouse.
Do you want to have kids?
Right now, no. As of right now, I don't want to have kids in the future.
Bro, that's crazy. To me.
Like, I've had thoughts about having a son, like, oh, that would be sick.
Bro, Noah's changed my mind. He's been like, what? Like, he wants to have kids, like, in, like, he says this, like, 3 years.
No.
And I thought that was crazy when he first told me that.
If I am going to have kids, I'm going to wait till my 30s.
Bro, but imagine having a little version of you, like, next to you, bro. But what are you going to do for the rest of your life?
Whatever I want.
But, like, what do you do when you're, like...
But look, look, and I've said this before. If my wife wants kids, I'll have kids. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If my wife wants kids, I'll have kids.
So you want to get married, though?
Yeah, I do want to get married. I think, but I don't think there's any benefit to getting married other than just the title. But I think getting married is something I'd want to do, even though I don't see any benefit towards it. I don't see the benefit of getting married at all. Like, I actually know a couple that's not married and they have 3 kids together and they live in the same house and they're not married.
But they act like they're married?
I mean, kind of, yeah. But there's no written thing that says, oh, they're married in the state of Texas.
It's kind of weird that you have to, like, we don't have to. I guess it's to simplify. Oh, why does the government, like, even get involved? Is it because, like, financially you, like, come together? I don't know. It's kind of weird when you really think about, like, all of your
assets pretty much just conjoin.
Bruh, are you going to sign a prenup?
Yeah, I think I would.
What if your girl doesn't want you to?
I'd be like, bro, I don't care. If we do get married...
Okay, so you're the head of the house, you're making the decisions?
No,
but she doesn't want you to sign it.
I think we'd have to come to an agreement then.
Well, she doesn't want you to sign it.
Because if there's a prenup, right, that means obviously both parties have to agree. If my wife didn't agree to a prenup, okay, we'd have to come together. We'd have to negotiate on something.
But would you be willing to give in and not sign a prenup?
Yes, if there was something else negotiated.
Like what?
Like, for example, prenup means that she can't take any of your money or your assets after you divorce that are yours.
Yeah.
Under your name.
But only the stuff that you made after you were married.
Yeah, right.
Or no.
It's before you're married.
Before
you're married. But that's what a prenup is.
I don't know, bro, if I'm going to want to sign that. I mean, also, obviously it depends on how much money we have like when we get married. Because
No,
I mean,
so
bro,
you,
if we're just
you don't like thinking, okay, I'm gonna sign a prenup because if something happens, because you don't think in the moment anything that you're gonna divorce your wife. You think, okay,
well, of course you don't think that, bro. But like, what?
Yeah, anything can
What?
happen.
What if she literally? What if she has brain damage and then turns crazy? And then if you're rich, I feel like if I'm rich, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry, like.
brain damage and turns crazy. Like you mean like?
Well, like, how do you ever know if someone doesn't go crazy? Like, someone can change over 20 years.
Have you heard of what's it called? Postpartum depression. Like after they have a kid, they turn like after a woman has a kid, they turn like low key depressed about everything, and like their whole mentality changes.
Dude, yeah.
That's what happened to my mom. Like
I think my mom had that too. We have to wrap it up, by the way.
Oh, but your mom probably got help or something.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, dude, I think there's so much more we could talk about.
Dude, this is fun. Moms are amazing, though, bro.
30
Moms
minutes wouldn't be able to cover what we want to talk about.
this is fun though.
This was like barely a scratch of what.
Dude,
I think
we have these kind of deep conversations like every single
night,
every single night, every single day, bro. Dude, but moms in general, bro,
and we jump around like this all the time too.
Yeah.
Like, I think we wanted to go off religion, and then we got into women, and then we got into family. Like,
but
we
it's
jump
kind of
around
all
like that
connected,
the
though.
time. It is all connected. Yeah, when you think about it, it is all
I
connected.
mean, religion has a lot to do with family. When I think of some of the best times in my family, I actually started tearing up the other day because we were talking with Christian about Jesus and God, and I was like, bro, some of the best memories I have with my family, and when I say family, I mean like cousins, grandparents, is when like we were praying to Jesus, like as a group of like 15 people, like all holding hands on Easter or any day that we all just shut up for a sec. One person prays, of course. But we all just shut up and hold hands
really?
and like.
I've had that with like a group of 25, and I never felt like that.
Well, I just like love the moment of like thankfulness, like amidst everything that's going on. Let's all just come together and let's all be quiet for a sec and just sit in silence, pretty much, and listen to one person, talk and everyone just be in their own head and really realize like how good this moment is.
I've never felt like that.
Dude, it's so beautiful.
I've prayed with family.
It's so beautiful.
I've definitely prayed with family. I think it's beautiful, but I never felt like, oh, this is the best moment of the evening. For me, that's for me personally. That's for me personally. I know you have your stuff, and I think that's great. I think that's beautiful, but it's definitely a beautiful moment. But it's not what makes the evening for me. For me personally, that's me.
Yeah.
But I've never experienced even when I was a hardcore Christian, I never experienced it.
I wonder if that's because like. I don't know. It's interesting, like a group prayer, if one person could be like, oh, that was amazing, and another person could be like, not feel anything.
I mean, that was me most of the time.
That's fascinating.
I mean, I like I said, I never felt a connection with God. So,
but like even just a connection with the people around you.
Oh, definitely a connection with people around me. But again, it didn't make the evening or it didn't make the moment. It was just like, okay, we prayed. That was cool. It was beautiful, but it didn't make my day.
Well, me and Kurt could talk about this for 3 hours, and one day I hope we have enough viewers that we can do that and be like Joe Rogan and have a 3-hour podcast and just talk. If you'd like to support this podcast, you can buy me a coffee.
We have merch now.
The bio, and we have merch, bro.
Go buy our merch.
Go support us and buy our merch. Go watch our YouTube videos. Please drop a comment on this.
It's lit. The merch is insane. We went monk mode. Look at his head, right? Just look at his head.
We've been working on months on the merch. Noah McCarran helped us.
Shout out to Noah. You're a G, my guy.
Yeah, we miss you,
love
bro.
you. Thank you so much for all your hard work, bro.
To any family, friends watching this, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this, just hearing us talk.
I know we rambled and
life is endless.
Jumped around.
Life is endless. Believe in yourself. You can do anything. Thank you for watching. Drop a comment if you stayed this far, just so we know that somebody watched it.
Oh, and if you disagreed with me, roast me in the comments.
Yes.
Me specifically.
Oh yeah.
I will fight you.
Or disagree with either things that we
Muay
said.
Thai now, so
say something. Just please comment so we know that you're there and we're not just talking to the wind. Okay, GG's. It's over. That's a wrap. Get ready for next week. Hopefully, I think I'm gonna be interviewing a monk next podcast. Get ready. Run it.
would be fun.
I gotta go back to the temple.